Back 4 Blood is a new zombie first-person shooter from the team that brought us Left 4 Dead, and after many years away, the dev team has largely come back together, and Back 4 Blood picks up right where they left off, and also includes a nice card-based system for different boons and effects in-game. It's frantic, it's bloody, and it's a whole lot of fun too. So the most fun I've had with Back 4 Blood is with a group of friends, getting them on Discord and running through levels, all slaying zombies as we go. So the game offers up a great campaign mode that can also be played solo, but I found it pretty mundane when compared with the hectic nature of hordes of zombies running at you with 3 other friends. It's also really tough. You may think adding in other players makes it easier, but it doesn't, and you have to pay careful attention to your weapons, your ammo, your health, and also there's modifiers via the cards, plus coordinate with your team to be a success. So you literally run the zombie gauntlet early in one level, and if you don't coordinate, then you're going to be absolute toast. Well, the gameplay itself is fairly self-explanatory. You're stuck in various locations full of zombies, and it's your job to get to a safe room across the other side of the map. Hopefully taking out as many zombies as possible along the way, and there's a variety of zombies trying to eat you, from your standard walking zombies, large exploding ones, tall boys, plus you've got ones that spit poison. The story is present, but not very memorable. I don't really think that matters too much. Now, this is standard zombie action, and it's all about killing as many Ridden as possible, as Ridden are the name of the zombies in the game. The game leans on that gameplay and bets on the satisfaction of that gameplay loop, so if you're looking for a deep and meaningful zombie story, this game probably isn't for you. And Back 4 Blood can feel a little bit relentless at times. There's not a lot of quiet moments as you try and navigate the landscape, and more often than not, you'll be contended with hordes of Ridden. On one hand, it can be very satisfying to carve through hundreds of zombies. On the other hand, the game can be very, very action-focused, and it doesn't really let up. It would have been nice to have a few more quiet moments where you creep through environments and maybe have more horror elements to the story, but the developers chose action. I could definitely see why they did this, but often I came away from a Back 4 Blood session feeling quite tired and worn rather than looking forward to the next session. I did mention before the fun I had with friends. I split my playtime roughly 50-50 between multiplayer and single player. So when I did play solo, it's not as fun as you'd want it to be, and you're constantly reminded about multiplayer. And the game doesn't do a great job of filling your lobby with other human players, and you end up with a team of bots who aren't really that clever. So for example, I was running through a level only to find one of my bot buddies just standing in a kitchen, shooting at a wall, when they could have been helping out, fighting off the waves of Ridden, trying to kill their teammates. Up until this point, the game is all very familiar, with Turtle Rock Studios sticking to the Left 4 Dead script. However, they have introduced a really nice card system that adds lots of interesting modifiers to your game. And this system really makes Back 4 Blood stand apart from Left 4 Dead, and over time, I've come to really like it. It's all a bit confusing at first. There is a bit of a learning curve when it comes to the cards and how you sync up with other teammates, plus the hierarchy of the cards themselves, and also how they work. So the cards allow you to spec into build types in meaningful ways. For example, you can carry a gun by default, or you may want to have cards relating to ammo, or if you want to go in with melee weapons, then you can do, or something similar. Paired up with creating great builds, the cards allow you to generally boost cleaner stats like health, damage, and stamina. And everyone begins with a starter pack to get you going, but as you play the game, you collect different cards which allow you to customize your deck, and in turn, they affect your playstyle. So as well as cards affecting your character, weapons and stats, they also have an effect on the environment. For example, don't disturb the crows who are going to alert the horde, plus there's also other environmental effects, like decreasing the visibility, or increasing the power, or changing the type of Ridden that attack you. It keeps the game fresh and offers up plenty of variety, and it's a pretty nice modern spin on the formula this team pretty much came up with in the first place. So Turtle Rock Studios could have played it ultra safe and simply emulated Left 4 Dead, but this shows they want to innovate and push the genre forward, and I think it's one of the game's biggest success stories. So complementing the PvE campaign and the multiplayer co-op is a PvP mode where humans face off against the Horde, and some players play as humans and others play as zombies. So for me, this is probably the least satisfying mode in the game. It didn't flow very well, and it wasn't very exciting, and I stopped playing after a short amount of time. I would love to see PvP where humans face off against other humans while having to deal with PvE component like the Ridden at the same time. And it does sound something very similar like you do in Destiny with a game mode called Gambit, and I definitely think it would work. However, for now, this is what we've got, and I'm not a big fan. But give it a try, see if you like it. I'd say the majority of my playtime was spent in the PvE mode, and ideally that was with friends. Back 4 Blood is a solid shooter. The guns feel great, it's satisfying to cut through waves of Ridden, but only to a certain extent. The gameplay does feel a bit samey, and I found myself playing in short stints rather than long gameplay sessions. The game is definitely more fun when playing with friends, and I think the fact that this game has crossplay enabled from day one, as well as being on Xbox Game Pass, means the population should stay healthy for quite a while. I'd love to see some quality of life improvements and a better PvP mode, but if you're into killing hordes of zombies while hanging out with your friends, then I can definitely recommend you give Back 4 Blood a try. Well, the developer was Turtle Rock Studios, and it was published by Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment, so it's available for Xbox Series S and X, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PlayStation 5, and also PC too. It was originally released on the 12th of October, 2021. Well, that is it for my review for Back 4 Blood. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button down below and subscribe to This Week in Video Games. If you want to join the community, check out the Discord link in the description, or you can follow me on Twitter at TWIVG Podcast. If you enjoyed this video and found it useful, liking and sharing the video would really help me out. Otherwise, check out the other videos on the channel. Thanks again. I'll see you soon.